Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Get Real with Real Estate. Today we're going to look at two homes. Both homes are $115,000. I haven't viewed them yet because I want you to get my real reactions to them. So, our first home is coming to us today in Wilson, North Carolina, and it is at 1111 Grove North Street, Wilson, North Carolina. It's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 924 square feet. So it's not a huge house. It's been on the market for 17 days. Listed by Johnson Bissett at First Wilson Properties. There's the information if you want it. There's the MLS number. Let's go and look at what we have. Okay, so we have 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Gas pack, forced air, natural gas, those are good. Central air. There's no appliances included. There is a hookup for a dryer hookup and a washer hookup, but they're not included. So you'll have to buy your appliances. I don't know if there's a refrigerator. Flooring is wood and vinyl. There's no basement. There's pull down stairs to the attic. And let's see. There's concrete parking. Patio and a porch is open and covered. Single family home built in 1947. Siding, wood frame, brick and mortar. Roof is composition. Public sewer, public water. Natural gas available. Sewer connected, water connected. Natural gas is great because if you have a storm, your power goes out, you can still have hot water. And if you have a gas stove, you can still cook. Smoke detectors, has no HOA. Taxes are $956 a year. Check with the local tax collector to find out if they're up or down from there. Check your taxes. If you pull permits, they of course will go up. Listing terms are cash or conventional. The estimate for it is $110,700. I don't know if it's ever been for sale or not, but there's nothing listed here except for this one time for $115,000, and it was listed June 27th. So maybe somebody's lived in it all these years. I don't know. Let's look at our taxes. They're $957. Now in 2023 they were $627. So in 2024 your taxes there went up, wow, 52.5%. That's a lot. I mean, it's still low taxes, but to raise them that much at one time, wow. So yeah, let's go all the back. 2010, they were 667. They dropped to 598 at one point. 627 was about the highest they ever were. Well, they were 667 at one point. So nothing's been reported since 2025 or 2026. You need to check into that to make sure the taxes are not in arrears, because I don't know if you'd be stuck with that or not, but you possibly could be. Something you'd want to look into. It's a minimal risk flood area. Walk score is 37 out of 100, so it's car dependent. Bike score is 43 out of 100, somewhat bikeable, but like I say, you can ride a bike around the block, it depends on where you're going. So we have schools. We have an elementary school that gets 6 out of 10. That's good, could be better. The middle school, 7 out of 10. That's good, could be better. Fike High School gets a 4 out of 10, and that is really bad. Do better for your children. Okay, let's go up here and see if we can get ourselves a little look on the street and see what's going on. Okay, I think this might be turned around. Let's see where we are. I suppose it's this little house here on the corner. Let's go over here and see. It's this house here, so they put us on the corner. I hate when Google does that. So we've seen all around the house. It's on a corner lot. That's great. It's a cute little house with a really cute little front porch. That's really cute. And here's what's around you. What a charming little house. Let's go back here and see if there's a driveway. And it seems that a lot of these houses are very similar to this one. Um, so here's a driveway. That's the neighbor. So this is what your area looks like. Here's the house. We have some woods or something over there. There's a fire hydrant there. That's great for your insurance purposes. Those trees look like crepe myrtles. So you have a cute little front porch and a cute little back porch. That's just perfect. You drive your car right up in there and go into your house. You have a small yard to keep up, so if you don't want to keep up, well, the backyard's pretty big, but you might want to fence that in for some privacy. Let's see where we are on the map. There's a college in Wilson, Barton College, and they have a new stadium there as well that they built, a baseball stadium, I think it is. So we're over in the West End Park section in North Wilson. There's a Vala Simpson Whirligig Park is over here. College is around, I think this is the college right here. For some reason they're not labeling, but yeah, we'll check it out. Okay, so let's see what our photographs tell us about this cute little house. Isn't it charming for 115? So we have double windows on both sides of the door. I like that symmetry. The yard could use some loving care. There's some shrubbery there you might could keep. Okay, we have that cute little front porch here, which you can decorate for holidays. That's nice. Actually, that's sort of a front side porch because you do have a front door over there and you have a side door over here. It's a very small house, but it seems to have a lot of doors. So here's the backyard as we saw before when we were going around the corner. A lot of pine straw to rake. So you need somebody to rake that. Or just let it be. So here we are in the front rooms. Seems we have wood floors. They look like they might could be refinished. Um, that's the side porch on the front, I believe. That's that door there. That's not the absolute front door, I don't think. It might be. It's hard to tell from the photograph. Now there's a fireplace in here and it is blocked off, so I don't know what obviously it doesn't work, but you do have a cute little fireplace and there's a door probably to the bedrooms there. So here's our little kitchen. It's a cute kitchen. It's workable. You're going to need appliances, of course. We already know that. I think it looks perfectly fine. If you want to just move in and live there, you could, but if you want to renovate, it looks like it might be usable. There's those double windows in one of the front rooms. That's probably a bedroom. Has carpet. It looks like there's carpet, or either they've washed the floors or something. I'm not sure. I think that's just something they tried to clean the floor with, but it looks terrible. Clean it up. Okay, they may have painted in here. I'm not sure, but everything looks painted. The windows look decent. They may have screens on them. It's hard to tell. Here's a bathroom. Now it's a very small bathroom because remember we're in a small house. This may be another small bedroom. So we're not really getting deep into these rooms because they took the pictures really close up. Which if someone's looking at these houses from out of state, that's not a good idea. Let me tell you that, real estate agents, because people need to see a little more of that room. So here's the backyard again, and there's the back porch. That could have been the back porch that was open, but I'm not quite sure of what door we came in there. So that's about all we have for this one. I mean, it's in Wilson, so let's check some statistics. It is 84 degrees in Wilson, North Carolina, 60% humidity. Population is 48,579, so you'll have all the stores and things and restaurants that you need. Like I said, there is a college there. You'll always have um, the youthfulness around, which is, I think, a good thing to keep a town alive. That's great they have that Barton College. Their population has actually gone up 9% since 2000. And I know a lot of people from Raleigh area are moving out to here. There's like a little art scene picking up there, I think. It's a really cool little town. Just like anywhere, it has its bad pockets, but I've seen bad and it's not that bad. There's 46% males, 53% females. Median age range is 40 years old. Estimated median household income in 2024 was $60,000. We have some foreclosures, a lot of them. Look at all these foreclosures in Wilson. Wow. You could pick yourself up one of those probably too for a good price. So here we are in Wilson, North Carolina. Here's our race and diversity charts, I like to call them, for our town of Wilson, North Carolina. We have 45% 0.7 black, 13.3% Hispanic, 1.9 Asian, American Indian, 0.2%, 34% white, two races or more, and other. So it's very diverse. Here's our crime chart. Wow. Let's see about this year. Well, we don't have it. We have 2024. There were 129 burglaries in Wilson in 2025, 821 thefts, 94 auto thefts, 9 arsons. My goodness. What about murders? There were 9 murders in 2025. We don't have anything reporting for 2026. Damn, that's a lot of crime, Wilson. Clean it up. Clean it up. The elevation is 130 feet. The town is 23.3 square miles. 3,732 residents are foreign born. Median real estate property tax paid for housing units with mortgages is 0.9% tax rate, I guess. And so that's $2,278. That's pretty high. But our little house wasn't. And so we're like right here. Here's North Carolina right here. And we are right here. Raleigh's right here. And some of the other homes we looked at were over here in eastern North Carolina. So you have that there. Unemployment as of April 2026 here is 5.2% unemployment. That's pretty high, I think. Don't you guys? And it possibly will snow there and it does get cold. It's not cold like up in the north, but it does get cold. And there's a possibility of flooding from hurricanes that come into the coast. You need to know about that. So Check your flood insurance. Make sure if you have any of that. We have school, lots of schools. Okay. Do we have any restaurants? Okay, so our next house we're going to go into Kinston, North Carolina at 109 East South Street in Kinston, North Carolina. It also is $115,000, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and it's 862 square feet. So it's also a small house, smaller than the other one, but it has an extra bedroom in it. So we'll see what that's all about. It's built in 1968, so that's newer than the other one. We saw it is brick. Looking for an affordable home that's already had the hard work done? Welcome to this completely renovated 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom home in the heart of Kinston, one of Eastern North Carolina's hidden gems. Built with character and updated for today's buyer, this move-in ready home features fresh paint, new flooring, new carpet, newly installed baseboard heat and window AC units. Central would have been better. The sellers have gone beyond cosmetic updates by reinforcing the floors in the crawl space and installing a new vapor barrier, giving buyers added peace of mind. I would make sure those floor joists are inspected because they reinforce the floors, but I would want to know how they did it. The brick exterior and metal roof offer durability and low maintenance. All appliances convey, including the refrigerator, washer, dryer, making this a true turnkey opportunity for the first-time homebuyers, downsizers, or investors. Conveniently located near shopping, restaurants, medical facilities, and everything Kinston has to offer. Whether you're looking for your first home or your next investment, this property is the one for you. It has been on the market for 33 days, listed by Rhonda Scott at Remax Elite Realty Group. There's the number and there's the MLS listing. Let's check our street view. Okay, let's see what we got here. What a cute little house, has a metal roof. I'd be a little concerned that there's 2 different kinds of metal up here. That is a big scare. That roof looks a bit rough. I'd have me a roof inspection. Very cute little porch, small yard if you don't want to do a lot of work. No, I thought this is apartment complex right here, so we have a fence between your yard and the apartments. Okay, there seems to be a lot of apartments there, so you might want to check out and see what's going on over there. You're right across the street from a cemetery. They are never going to hurt you, that's for sure. So your view is a cemetery if you like that kind of thing. Some people are into that. It's not necessarily the view I would want, but it wouldn't bother me. So we do have you can drive into the yard. There's a driveway apron, but they never put down a driveway. So there's that. Now let's look on our map and see where we are in Kinston. Right off of Queen Street. Looks like you're backed up into the back of the neighborhood here. Okay, I wanted to back out enough so you could see in perspective where we are. Okay, so here we are in Kinston. Now we've looked at homes over here in this area and up here in this area and around. So here we are in Kinston. There's Mount Olive. We were there the other day. So we're here in Kinston. Here's Raleigh and Clayton up here. Fayetteville's over here. New Bern's over here. Beautiful city to visit. So you're not that far from the coast if you want to hop over to the beach. You can certainly get on several. This road here will go out to Morehead City. This one goes into Wilmington, Surf City, and Hampstead. Let's look at our satellite view. And you'll have, there's almost 50,000 people live in Wilson, so you'll have all those shopping stores that everyone needs and loves. So you're sort of on the outskirts of town, it looks like, but there's a lot more stuff going on over here as well that you're really close to, which are probably shops and things. Looks like your little neighborhood's going to back up to some woods here. Then if you just get on this main road, you go over here and there's stores and things over here on this road as well. So that's where you are. Now, so we have 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. We have baseboard, electric, heat. That could get expensive, that with the window air conditioners. They cost more money to run on electric. Just so you know that. Maybe you already do, but I'm just saying. It's my first impressions. Appliances included, electric oven, washer, refrigerator, dryer. That's good. Pull downstairs to the attic, no basement. Flooring is carpet, laminate, and vinyl. Parking features unpaved, we already saw that. Yes, see, they always say you have a view. Everything has a view. It's just what is it? We know now it's the cemetery. So if you like that view, then that's great. Built in 1968, single family home, brick, veneer, wood frame, crawl space, metal roof, public sewer, public water. That's great. No HOA. Taxes are $1,010 a year at the current point, which they probably had to pull permits if they did all that work. So if they did all that work, you check your permits and make sure, because you could get stuck with a mess. Let's see. Oh, they've had a lot of price changes. Let's look at this history. My goodness, when did it first come up? Okay, so it came on the market 3 years ago in 2023 for 129.9. That must have been after someone bought it really, really cheap and flipped it. That's what happened to this house, I guarantee it. Um, then also in May of 2024, it was dropped to 124.9. Then they removed the listing. Then it was listed for sale again for 124.9. Then the listing was removed again and it was 119. Then it was relisted for 119 and also in 2024. Price change in 2024, 117.9, 117.9 listing removed, listed for sale again from 117 down to 79, a 32% drop. That was in August of 2025, and then September they dropped it to 76,999. Then again in September the listing was removed and it was listed again for sale in October for 76,999. Price change, that's not a price change, it's the same price. Then they did a price change for 767, 768, 766. They're desperate to sell this house. 765, 764. They're dropping it look here, 3 times in 1 month. And then in May it dropped to 76.3 and the listing was removed in May of 2026, and now all of a sudden they think it's worth a 50% increase. No, it's not. I'm sorry. You need to drop. I wouldn't give them any more than $70,000 for this house. That would be my offer. And that would be the top offer I would give. Our taxes, wow. I guess this is what happened when they got permits. Look how low these taxes are from 2011. They were under $200 for all these years. Because whoever lived there did nothing to this house, I bet you. And then they had to pull the permits to do all the things they did, and the taxes went up from $133. That is a 658% increase in your taxes. I would call the tax collector and make sure I knew exactly what caused this, and if it was the permits, what it was all about, because that is absurd. So we're in a moderate risk flood area. Like I told you, everything in eastern North Carolina is. So here we are on this map. And that's like at the edge of town. We see that. Right there's the house. So let's look at our street view. Okay, we looked at the street view, so let's go back and see what photographs they've given us for all this work they've talked about. I'm ready to be wild, aren't you? Cute little house. Let's look and see. Okay, the porch looks nice. The brick looks good. They painted the porch gray and the top row of bricks. The vents look good. Um, Steps look decent. They put new railings up. That all looks nice and fresh. Here it is from the side view. Okay, now I don't, these pictures don't really, okay, we have the different roofs there. Maybe they just patched it up and they couldn't get one as wide because that's completely different. I don't know what went on there. Here it is from another angle. So it's a cute little house with a cute little yard. Um, Make sure you check those taxes though. So inside they've put carpet, which most people don't like. Certainly in a living room, if that's what that is. The walls are painted. It looks like some flooring put in the little foyer there. It's cute to have a little foyer. Isn't that cute? So it's a small house. It's not huge. So you come in, I guess, to this little hallway here, foyer type situation where they've done some flooring. Carpet in that room, carpet in this room. Um, I don't think this carpet is new. It looks a little spotty to me. It could be the lighting. There's a closet in the, I guess this is the living room. That certainly isn't a real fireplace, but, and that door looks a little cattywampus. You have a ceiling fan. Looks like they might have replaced the doors. It looks like some flooring in here. I'm not sure if it's LVP or if it's rolled out. I've seen a lot of that. Now here's a little hallway that has a ceiling that seems to slant down, which that is really weird to me. Apparently there's a laundry room that we are not allowed to see because there it is. Oh, because it's in the kitchen. So we have a stackable washer and dryer in the kitchen. So if you're going to wash more than 3 towels, you might want to get a new washer and dryer. That one looks pretty old and I hate it. That's just my honest opinion. This refrigerator needs to go. You need new appliances. Do we have a dishwasher? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to gasp, but I mean, that's a bit much, isn't it? I wasn't ready for that. The stove looks good. They popped a little microwave in there for you. I don't know what kind of flooring that is. It looks like it's right off what looks like a living room. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. So we have a little chandelier in the ceiling here. I see some fire alarms. That's always good. I'm also seeing something with the ceiling you might want to check out. So we have wood paneled walls that have been painted over. It looks like they replaced this window with a smaller window, and I don't know, that's really odd to me right here, and it's also on the bottom because they used a smaller window. They also put carpet in here, which most people don't seem to like anymore. So I don't know what's under the carpet. There's another fake fireplace in here. The bathroom looks nice. They did new sink and toilet. We can't see the shower, so we don't know what it looks like. They're really big on fake fireplaces. Here's another fireplace. I guess I don't know if they call this staging or they just left all this stuff behind. If they did, you could just put it wherever you wanted it. Here's a bedroom. Here's, I guess, the back of the house. Here's the backyard. You got that fence looks like it's about 6 feet high. And these are a lot of apartments over here, so I don't know what that is, if it's public housing or just basic apartments, but they look decent. Here's a big backyard. That's the rest of the backyard. There probably was something on this pad here, maybe a shed or something. So, this is the one in Kinston, North Carolina. So, if you look at any of these houses, let us know. I'll show you, there's a map, so let me go to that. We saw where we were in Kinston. Okay, so here's Kinston. And you'll want to check the crime maps. Crimespot.com is a good one to check to see what crimes are happening. It will tell you where they are in the town and put little icons up so you can see where it is in relation to this house. There seemed to be a lot of crime in the town. So here's Goldsboro. I think I don't know if there's some kind of military base there. I don't remember. So here we are in Kinston. Greenville's up this way. And if you go on through here, you'll go into Raleigh. And then, of course, down here, you'll go to the coast. Okay. So we have this home. That is in Wilson, North Carolina. And then our other house is in Kinston, North Carolina, and the other one is in Wilson, North Carolina. They're not that far apart. They're both the same price. You do your research. You have all your inspections. Let us know if anybody sees them. Looks like some brick problem right here. If you buy them, if you redo them, that's a messy paint job. My friend who's a professional painter would have a fit if she saw that. Yeah, so those are the homes for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you again next time when we get real with real estate, where I look at homes and present them to you from a non-agent point of view, and usually you're getting my first reactions. So I hope you have an enjoyable day, and we'll see you real soon.